So when injecting Botox, how do we avoid drooping the brows and also drooping the eyelid? These are probably two of the biggest concerns that patients have when getting Botox in the forehead. So I think there's two key things that all injectors should explain to their patients when explaining how we're not going to get those drooping lids or brows. So the first thing is don't inject too low on the forehead. One rule of thumb that I was taught is that you should always inject 2 finger breadths above the brow bone. Now, the eyebrow isn't always over the brow bone, or what we call the superior orbital rim. So it's really important that your injector is aware of that anatomy. So on me, what we would want to do is go 2 finger breaths right above the brow bone, and we'd want to start my forehead injection, all the way up there. It seems very high, and patients often wonder, well, how do we get, these stubborn forehead lines kind of in the lower? Well, the answer to that is to inject the glabellar area, which is your 11 lines, or the area in between the eyebrows. So the muscles in this area, this one, and this one, are all responsible for depressing the forehead. Now, when you inject Botox into a depressor, what does it do? It elevates. So you want to make sure that you're really treating this area as well. Now, how do we avoid dropping the eyelid? So you have a muscle kind of right in this area that is responsible for elevating that eyelid. If you're injecting the glabella area and you go too lateral, or if you go too deep, you'll risk Botox actually leaking into the muscle that controls the eyelid, and then you end up with that horrible eyelid droop, which takes some time to get rid of. Of course, Botox is not reversible, but it goes away over time. So that will return, and there are some medications that can be prescribed to kind of open up the eye. But what you want to make sure is that your injector explains to you how they're going to avoid those things from happening. So download the RevDoc app, DM me if you have any questions, and book me and my colleagues for Botox.